Hey there, welcome everyone to a special Thursday edition of Watch Soup. We go back from forth from Wednesday to Thursday, and maybe
Not
we'll do
doing it at
Thursday for
all.
a little while, this time around. Hey, I'm Bobby Legs. I'm your co-host here with Clayton from the Watchdog Podcast. Hey, Clayton, what's going on, man? How you doing? And what do you got on wrist tonight?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, been a lot of stuff going on. Sorry, we've been sort of hit or miss. That's mostly on me. But Bobby, last week I enjoyed your stream very much. So thank you. Yeah. Hey, Thursdays work pretty well for me.
Right.
So at least for the next few weeks. We have
Yeah,
some like family stuff going on, but yeah, like next few Thursdays I think I'm good. So if that's all right with the Ladle Legion, I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm down.
Yep. Layla Legion. We won't put it for a vote, but I'm sure you guys would be down with that. Hey, what do you got on what do you got on wrist?
I got the Space One jumping
Ooh,
hour that I picked up
nice,
the end of last year. So, yep,
nice.
I haven't worn it like a ton, but kind of getting it back on wrist. Now it's fun. It's you know what? If you need to know what time it is, you're better off looking at your phone, but it's cool.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
right though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like,
Jumping hours are having a moment
yeah,
for sure. So,
yeah. I really don't. I mean, it's nice to be able to read the time on the watch, but it's at the same time, that's not what I get to watch. As far as
yeah, same,
it's something pleasant
same.
to look at. I still got my bread and butter here. Um, the Casio, I mean the Casio, the Citizen diver. I'm Schwartz coughing it usually. I have the Fitbit. I haven't been doing like the step thing, for about a month and a half, so I like the analytics, the stats that
Yeah.
go with that. I plug in my macros, my food intake, trying to estimate the calories, what I'm consuming and burning. I'm in a fat loss phase, or just
Cool.
basically just try to get rid of the stomach, which is like always the hardest, right? It's like when you lose fat, it's like it starts from your face all the way down from your chest, and then the stomach is always like the last part, right? It's the hardest
Yeah.
part. So I
So
figured
that's going well though. I heard you talk about that
I
last
think
week.
so, man. I think
Yep.
you know what I mean. Like I'm definitely noticing some slight differences, and the weight has come down slowly, but that's okay. I'm also like taking some measurements, right? I have one of those Hume body scales, which is like, for what it's worth, I don't know how accurate it is, but at least it's consistent with itself so I can tell whether I'm in the uptrend or downtrend at least. And then I'm also taking like measurements with a, with a, with uh, you know, um,
Tape measure.
tape measure, right? To the tape measure. And,
I was like, is
so
this harder or easier than I think it might be? I'm just
yeah,
gonna take
yeah,
a
no,
guess.
it's all yeah, and so like I've noticed some changes there, so that helps
Good.
me because looking at your weight on the scale is not it shouldn't be your primary
No.
data point because you could be gaining muscle, you could be and it could be water weight, blah blah blah. So trying to get the body fat percentage and using the measurements are a great s- uh, uh, you know complement to that scale. So
You
going
want
good so
things
far.
called non-scale victories. Clothes fitting better, maybe the
Yeah,
tape measure stuff. Like,
yeah.
'cause the scale, she's an evil, she's a demon.
She
She'll
is
lie to you.
she
Yeah,
is
and she'll make you feel lousy and
yeah
like you're not, so you'll just give up. And yeah, so don't, yeah, if your clothes fit a little better,
yeah
measurement, the tape, whatever. Yeah, listen to that stuff.
absolutely
Yeah,
absolutely.
non-scale
Um,
victories.
Not I like that. That's got victory.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let's say hello to the chat first before we jump into the soup. Hey, Nilo's here. What's going on, Neil? How you doing? Mr. Wilson's here. How you doing? Caliber, hello. Hey, Steve Time Hill is here. Good to see you. Mez9 is here. Oh, wearing the Tudor Black Bay 58 tonight. Oh, that's
Nice.
personal favorite. I think and you've had a couple iterations of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Official watch of watch soup,
Pretty
really.
much
I've
right.
owned like four different, no, three different iterations. Yeah.
I've owned three, but two iterations, right? I've owned the original, the Black Bay 58, the vintagey one twice, and then the blue
Yeah, me
dot
too.
one.
Me too. I had
Um,
that one twice, the silver and the bronze.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. You had the bronze. You're right.
Yeah.
Nilo is wearing his green grenade turtle. Nice, nice new watch alert. Awesome, awesome.
Cool. That's a good one.
Um, and Mezzine is wearing his Ranger. Very nice. Okay,
Tudor, well represented.
some tutors represented for sure. Okay, hey, let's start. I'll kick it off this evening with one of Watch the Soup's favorite YouTube content creators, Mr. Jeffrey McMahon. The video is titled "Why You're Better Off Giving Your Watches Away Than Some." A little jovial, Jeff McMahon today. Still very like cerebral and thinking things through, but kind of just like I feel like a little like light on in the toes with his attitude today.
Gave himself a belly laugh.
Yeah, yeah, one
Yeah,
that he never laughed as hard
yeah. I
before
like seeing that.
on 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 YouTube. Okay. Um, but obviously he doesn't really start off. He doesn't really jump into the question in hand. He has like a little free form, a thought process, and then going over some things, and right off he starts off the bat is like, what is the purpose of the state of the collection, right? He needs help people. It seems like it's a cliche. He understands knowing what a guy's collection is, but to do it regularly, like a doctor's checkup, he just doesn't get it. I mean, he knows that the algorithm loves it, but philosophically, creatively, he doesn't know what the big deal is. Um, he feels like it's pretentious, that no one cares what he has. He has four watches on bracelet, four watches on straps, and there's no master plan. I don't know how you feel about that, Clayton. I kind of like state of the collection videos, especially if there's somebody who like I follow. I'd like to see that update every year. I look forward to like January. I feel like December and January is always, state of the collection season, and you get a good look of what has come into the collection, what has gone, why things are in and out. Especially with a lot of these watch content creators, there is a lot of turnover. You don't really see too many of these guys holding onto the same watches year after year. I mean, there are exceptions, but those guys usually just keep adding watches, right? There's the content creators who never sell a thing, and then there's the content creators that are constantly in flux. So I kind of like that, especially if they're in flux. What say you, Clayton?
I watch them. Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but the algorithm starts to feed me channels I've never heard of, and
Hmm.
their
Yep.
state of the collections. And it's actually how I've discovered a few channels.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like this, and then I check out their other stuff. So yeah, the algorithm definitely likes them for I don't know why, but definitely get inundated around like December, January when everybody's doing them. Channels I've never seen, and maybe that
Yeah.
don't have a high subscriber count start popping up in my feed. Jeff, last time I swear I watched one of his videos, he said he had 6 watches, and now it's like jumped up to 8. So I think
He's
he's
due.
sneaking watches in and doesn't want to do a state of the watch collection because he has to admit he bought stuff.
Yeah.
Like now I'm seeing like the Citizen, the Barnacle Diver, I think, or maybe a different one is popping up like on his social media now. So yeah, I think he
Yeah.
he added that one and maybe something else. So yeah, he sneaks them in.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to do that yearly retrospective look,
Right.
and then have to like self-analyze the moves that he made over the last year. But I feel like he does that every video anyway. So like
Yeah.
Jeff, we want to see your state of the collection, Jeff, on a yearly basis. Please do it if you watch. Please
Because
do
he's
it.
got different straps now. Like it used to be, he was all bracelet all the time, and now
Yeah.
he's like the dive core, and he's got other. So it'd be for nothing else to see what kind of straps he's got
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like he jumps off that topic and he goes into saying really briefly that how he enjoys the writing and blogging about watches and obsession. He wonders like the people in WordPress, you know.
He needs to get
So
on Substack, man. Substack is where it's at.
yeah.
WordPress.
Yeah, I know, like WordPress. He's like the people at WordPress. The WordPress is a platform, dude. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. I love it. I mean, people still use WordPress. I guess they do. Um,
I remember 20 years ago when I had a blog. There was what was the other site that like a lot my girlfriend at the time had her blog on?
there was like
I can't.
GeoCities.
Yeah, there was a few of them. I
There was
definitely
a there
had
was
one
a
on WordPress.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was definitely a few. Like I remember when I was like doing some consulting business on the side and developing people's web pages, for
Mhm.
their businesses, and they wanted to do a blog. It was really easy to, just develop the page, and then like also like, get the template from WordPress to do that. So they had the interface, the WordPress interface or content management system, so they could do that with their of do the vlogs and do whatever. And then I would just like retrofit the design of the whole site onto WordPress. It was just it was complicated at first, but then it just really made things really easy for them
Yes.
to have a blog in their section of the website. So, but I mean, I guess that was years ago, so I'm sure it's a lot easier and things have changed.
My first
Um,
business website was WordPress. Yep.
yeah, yeah,
My friend
yeah,
my friend did it, and then I could go in and edit it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And he's saying like it's a coffee people that are on WordPress, and so now he's vlogging, and he put a link to his YouTube and his Instagram, and he's getting some interesting cross traffic. And then he just jumps right into like, oh, my shoulder update. Okay, here's what's going. I didn't know. I mean, like, I guess I missed a few videos, but I guess he had an issue with his shoulder, and it's okay. He was doing some gorilla cleans. I don't know what I'm no stranger to exercises. I don't know what a gorilla clean is. I mean, I know what a clean is, but I don't know what a gorilla. Anyway, his shoulder didn't
Yeah,
like.
I don't really know. I have to Google that.
Yeah. Anyway, but rest
Sounds
assured,
very
like,
primal with
yeah,
kettlebells.
yeah. Like, do you like hunch over and just like like
Yeah,
that?
I guess
Maybe that's what it
something.
is.
That's probably it.
Maybe that's what it
Like
is. Just
clean and jerk, like, isn't that kinda what that is? Like, isn't that what that's called?
it's
Or you, like,
it,
lift that lift weightlifting?
it's the
Yeah,
kettlebells.
it's
Is
the
that what it
kettlebell.
is?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's
That makes
kettlebell,
sense.
yeah. I think what you did is what that's called.
Oh, okay. Hey, Rubberwood Audio. Hey, buddy. Thanks. Hey, 4 months member. Thank Appreciate it, man. Watch Six Toes here. How you doing?
Hey,
Neil,
buddy.
liking the turnover in the state of collection. It's fun to see. Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so now we get into the meat and potatoes of his question, his argument. And he says, from experience, he's like, you're better off giving a watch away than selling it. And he's established like three, rules, three caveats. First, you got to like the person. He doesn't really dwell on that much. He just moves on to the second point, where is that you have to tell the person not to sell it. Our friendship will be over. I've given some watches to friends. I've never given that caveat. I had a neighbor. I gave him like a Squale. If he and if he wanted to sell that watch down the road, like I have no problem with that. I have been given watches, and I have watches in the collection that the person has requested I don't sell it. If I don't, then give it to somebody else in whatever watch group. And I totally get that, and I respect that. But some of the watches that I've given away, I've never really put that caveat on anyone. Have you ever done that? Have you ever given away a watch and put that kind of caveat on somebody?
No, no. Most people I've given watches to would never sell them anyway. I've never yeah, I don't know if I've actually given a watch to anyone who's like a real enthusiast,
Mm,
more just my friends who will just
yeah,
wear them.
me too.
Yeah, yeah,
Mostly that's what I've mostly given to like
yeah,
my neighbor, my godson, and his brother, like giving some
yeah.
G-Shocks to. Some, and maybe like my cousin, I gave a couple of watches to.
Mhm.
Nothing major. More to like one of his points over here that he gets into that will reach. And it's, I don't know if he doesn't really like enumerate it as number three, but I feel like he says, don't mod it. If I give it to you, don't mod it. you know all right, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't really care about that.
yeah, yeah, I don't care about
If you
that
wanna
idea.
do something
um
to it, that's fine.
now here's where he gets a little funny. He's like, the person that you give the watch to, his collection has to be significantly lousier than yours. And it's kind of funny, like most of the people that I've given the watches to, like, are either just getting into watches
Yeah,
or don't care. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like I kind of get that.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Everyone
Uh,
I've given a watch to either doesn't really they have like one quartz that they wear or something or none at all.
yeah.
So like, oh, this will be they'll love this. This will be better than what they have
Yeah,
and
and
better than nothing that they have.
into that next point to what you're saying. He said he when he gives the watch, he you have to give it. You have to be confident that it'll be like the best watch this person has in their collection, right?
Yeah.
And that they like they will wear it all the time, and then you get to see them wear it and whatnot. Um, Selling a watch is a nightmare. You don't know where it's going. It's like, would you give or would you adopt or give up for adoption a child to your child to a parent you don't know to? And that's a little bit different. The scenario is like, would you be selling your child? Like,
Right.
you're not giving, you know what I mean? Like, if you're selling something, like,
I could see
look,
this is about like rehoming your dog. You like want to make sure it goes to like a good like say you get a dog, it doesn't work out, like it doesn't get along with your kids or something. You want to just not send it to someone and just anyone. You want to make sure it goes to like the right home, right?
yeah,
So
but this
that's
goes
kind of more what this is like.
But this is yeah, but then he's
Selling,
like
just
making the
selling.
yeah he's describing it as a selling, right? Like to your point about giving a dog, that's like when you give it to a friend. Or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're giving you want to rehome the dog, but like he's using this as this explanation or this rationale in the guise of selling. Now selling is a different selling is like, dude, you sell it, it's no longer yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you if you sell a car, most people when they sell a car to somebody, they don't care if it's going to a better home or not. If I'm giving a car to somebody,
Yeah.
then that's a different story. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that somebody like appreciates and takes care of it. If I sell it, then I lose all claim, or any right to know how it's going to be treated. um
I have a story
Anyway.
about that kind of that happened to me recently. Well, similar. So, I'd flirted briefly. I'm not going to, but selling the SNR 045, and
Hmm.
there was a guy. I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and somebody privately messaged me and said, you know, if you ever sell that, just let me know. So, and when I this, and then months later, I thought about it, and I messaged him, and he asked for pictures in condition. It's titanium. It has some scratches on the bracelet, but I think it's in beautiful condition. This guy was completely adverse to scratches, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to get it totally refurbished." And it's not in bad condition. And
Yeah.
I couldn't let that happen to that beautiful watch. So I just
Fair
uh,
enough.
stopped talking to
Yeah.
him. He's like,
Oh,
"Hello," and I kind of just said, "Yeah, I don't want that to happen to this watch." So I
yeah.
kept it.
Yeah.
I
If
didn't feel like it was the right home.
Yeah, of course. If someone lowballs you, then is it at that point? Um, it's not about the money. You've been insulted, right? Um, this is like some of the traps of selling, right? Or someone buys it for you and turns it around and sells it for more. I remember years ago, um, I had like I think it was like a SARB 033. I really like the watch, right? But a guy reached out to me and was like, "Would you consider selling it? And would you consider selling?" And like gave me like a price that was like low. And he's like, "Oh, I split up with my wife. I'm a single father. And so like he gave me and I fell for it, man. And I fell for it. I sold it to him like at a complete, real good discount. And then like months later, I saw him like trying to sell it for like way more than what he um that I bought it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Maybe he's a single dad. Maybe times are tough and he has to sell. And then like a few months after that, he's like a picture with him and his wife and the kid. Like like the like so like I didn't know like is it this guy just totally sold me this
It-
fantastical
yeah,
story,
yeah.
or was it you know
Hopefully
did
they
he yeah.
reconciled and everything's good, but
Yeah,
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 maybe it
and
was
then he
just
was going
all
through hard
fishy
times and
from the
had to reconcile.
beginning.
But like I kind of felt like a little bit like that's interesting. But at the end of the day, man, like I sold it and whatever, like I had to like let that go. Um,
I remember in
So
the Random Rob Discord, I sold a watch and I included an aftermarket strap with it that I thought went really well with the watch. Somebody bought it on that Discord, and then like 2 weeks later, sold the strap individually for like $35. I was like, "You scoundrel! I would have kept that. I like
yeah,
that strap."
yeah,
But I
yeah.
thought it paired. Sometimes you throw in extras when you sell a watch. Like I just thought it went well with it, so I included it. And then he sold it separately, bastard.
People, man.
Yeah.
Um, so here's his question to everybody, right? He said, have you had a similar issues that he has the emotional insult of selling a watch was such that you would have been better off giving away? So I don't think like I've gotten to that point, even though that last scenario that I explained to you was like probably as close as I got to it. Um, but I've never like I've been like lowballed, and then I just like the first couple times that's ever happened to me, I took it personally. Then after that, hey, it's just people just do that. So like I don't. I haven't reached that point where that it's so insulting that I'd rather give it away. Have you ever experienced that?
I think there have been watches where I thought I'm not going to get enough for this to warrant the hassle of selling. So hey, I gave my friend Jeremy 5610 G-Shock that I had. I was thinking of selling it. I was like, what am I going to get for this?
Yeah, yeah,
So then I was like, you know what? He would really like this. And he was just telling me like he needs a new watch. And he loves it. He still wears it. And the same thing I gave my friend Jeff Arnie for Christmas one year. I was gonna sell the Arnie. I was like, again, I don't know. What am I
yeah.
gonna actually get for this? He loves Arnold and he loves Predator and Commando and all those movies. Like he would get a real kick. And now it's like a tradition. I think this is the fourth Christmas in a row I gave him a watch.
Oh,
So he's
nice.
got like a nice little collection now. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome, man.
Nothing crazy expensive, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, and then one year, the second year, I gave him the Moon Swatch, and I don't know why
Ooh.
I think because his brother liked the Speedmaster, and he's like, but do you mind if I give this to my brother? I just think he would like it a lot more. So getting back to what we talked about where you can't regift the watch or whatever, he asked me if he could give the
Ah,
watch to his brother because he thought his brother
yeah,
loves the Speedmaster. And I said, you know what, that's cool. So yeah, his
yeah,
brother
yeah,
ended up getting the Moon Swatch.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he consulted with you, so
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
considerate for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Uh, Jeff's all kettlebell, huh, Neil? Okay.
All kettlebell all the
All right.
time.
Yeah, there's kettlebell people, man. They swear by it. Hey, Joe's here. What's up, Joe? Good to see you. He didn't really sound like he was really letting go. Hey, Wayman. Good to see you. Hola, Rafael. How you doing? Hope you're doing well in Argentina. Hey, Thomas is here. Become a member, and Bobby might give away a watch. Yeah, I'm due to give away a watch. So
Yeah.
maybe in the next week or so, we'll do that.
I love
Um,
giving away watches though. I've
yeah, it's
given
fun.
yeah. And I think it means more when it's actually something you wore instead of like maybe just buying somebody a watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's yeah, when it's something that of yours. I've been given watches. One of my clients had a watch for 40 years at Gruen, and he gave it to me for the holidays one
Oh
year and
wow.
got it all serviced and everything. Told me a story about how he bought it in like 1982 in some pawn shop in New York. Yeah, I was like, wow, that was really touched by that. That was
That's cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So it's one of my clients gave me a watch with their dog's picture on the dial, like they had made from one of those Zazzle or one of those
Yeah,
websites. Like, ah, it's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is awesome. Robert saying I actually gave a watch away today to a maintenance guy at my apartment complex who went above and beyond over the weekend fixing something here.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
that's
so
great, man.
cool, man.
That
That's
is very
awesome.
cool of you, Rob. Um, awesome. Okay, hey, let's jump on to the next one. Interesting video by
Nothing given away
Federico.
here.
Nothing. Oh, no. Take it away.
All right. Yeah, this is actually a last week video, but I figured it's kind of topical. We might have some interesting conversation around this. Yeah, Federico. It's the start of a new chapter for Fed. He's been in the watch industry his entire adult life. He worked for Cartier and other retailers, then spent a few years as mid-level management at Richemont. Then his YouTube channel, 10 years or so, he started that, and then Del Rey Watch. I didn't realize the YouTube channel came before
Hmm.
Del Rey. I actually didn't know that. And he claims it's one of the Del Rey is one of the most successful dealers in the U.S. He's been in the watch game a long time. He says he's come to realize though that the watch community is full of hype and bullshit. He swore quite a bit here. A lot of people trying to make a buck. He gets it. He's kind of trying to do the same thing, of course.
Yeah.
But that doesn't influence the info. But that does influence the info you're getting. Sometimes there's a lot of posers who are just telling you incorrect information, right? So that sparked an idea for Fed to create an online community of watch geeks with no BS. Introducing the FTW Collective, a paid membership based community. You get a forum where watch collectors can mingle with Fed and his merry band of watch experts, kind of like a Discord or a Slack. Many of us are in one or have been in one, but this time it'll be with vetted watch collectors, his merry band of dealers and watch experts. And you can post in the forum and get replies from those experts instead of posers who don't know what they're talking about and who want to give you bad information. So that would be the first benefit of the FTW Collective, the forum. Then you get live streams for members only. There's things that Fed just can't say legally on YouTube. He's actually been sued twice for things he said on his YouTube channel, and he can't afford to keep paying his lawyer and best friend Ralph anymore. So he's making Ralph get a membership to this, and then he'll save all the juicy details for and tidbits for the streams. So that's another benefit of the FTW Collective. You get these saucy live streams with Fed where he won't get sued and he'll tell you all these things. Fully unfiltered Fed. The Knowledge Vault is the third benefit of the FTW Collective, a library of videos, things you should know about in the watch hobby. Things, again, that he can't really say on YouTube, talking about like what to do with stolen watches and other topics. And then last but not least, maybe the most important part of the FTW Collective, the dealer marketplace. He has a separate business where he sells to dealers directly at wholesale prices outside of Del Rey, right? Meaning, what does that mean? Lower price, but no warranties, kind of like what you paid for it, right?
Mhm.
Wholesale, like if I sold t-shirts, I buy them wholesales like half the price, and then I can mark them up for whatever I want, right? So they typically say charge double what you paid for wholesale, whatever. So he'll now sell these watches not to Facebook groups or the dealers. He'll sell them to you on the FTW Collective at wholesale prices. So you get these great deals at wholesale prices when you join the FTW Collective. No more fussing with these fake wholesale Facebook groups. And also, if you buy one watch, just one on the FTW Collective, that's basically you paid for your membership. That's the benefits. If you buy two, you're ahead for the year. Um, so they're capping membership, right? Scarcity, right? He's capping membership. He wants it to be a smaller, vetted community. He doesn't want to cannibalize Del Rey, and he just doesn't have the inventory to open it up to thousands and thousands of people. So he really just wants it to be a closed, small group of watch experts and vetted collectors. And yeah, so membership, there's two different tiers, $69 a month and then $49 a month. And I'm not going to go through everything you get with those, but pretty hefty price. That's either way, either tier, that's a lot. Now we've been in some paid ones before. RR, and then I'm in the Grey NATO Slack, which is $100 a year. And then you get some benefits with that for sure. And I feel like it's worthwhile. Bobby, you going to join the FTW Collective?
I will not. I will not. Look, if I've never bought a watch from Federico. It just never has happened. Like I'm not opposed to it. Uh, if I was in the market, right, and he definitely sells watches that I'm interested, right? I mean, I really like he has a large, usually typically a large inventory of like
More unique offerings than a lot of other dealers for sure.
yeah, and like a lot of stuff from like that neo vintage late 1990s, early aughts, like so like the Frank Mullers, the Cartier like Roach. I mean, he has a lot of the watches that I do like there. So yeah, I mean, like maybe I would join if I was buying a lot, but I'm not in that phase, and so like that, like if it's $49, if it's $50, I mean, that's still like a lot of money,
I can
man.
actually, I think I may have it up on my phone. Let's look at what the memberships get you. I think I might still have
I
it
mean,
somewhere
there's
here.
gonna be people
Okay.
that look, he's got over 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
He's gonna have people who are really into him who are gonna join. Now, I don't know. Did he mention how big the group will be?
No, he just said he's going to cap it. He
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, he's
mention
just gonna
at
cap it.
yeah, he didn't. Okay, so real quick, VIP membership, full dealer marketplace access, no price cap, live streams and market discussions, knowledge vault, ask a dealer and vet my deal. Find my grail is another he's got all these catchy and all current and future features. So no matter what gets
Yeah,
released in the FTW, you get it for that. And then $49 a month you get dealer marketplace access for watches up to $10,000, live streams and market discussions, and that's it. None of the other stuff.
yeah.
So,
The live streams doesn't do anything for me. The knowledge vault doesn't do anything for me. I mean, like, I'm we're in a bunch of groups that are whatever, and the relationships that we've developed, I mean, are practically been free. So like, it's just I don't need any of that. Like the only
yeah.
reason why I would join is if I think I would be buying watches off of him, and a few a year, more than like two or three. If I really am getting that kind of discount, like that remains to be seen too. Like how much, because I know he's tight. Like I know, like you ever throw. I don't know if you ever throw an offer on him, and it's always like a response, "No can do, my friend." That's like his
Oh
typical.
yeah. Yep.
uh, You know. So I don't know. What about you? I mean, like, are you like? I have a feeling that you wouldn't do it, but I mean, like, is there
No.
any like possible way that you would consider doing it?
Not no. I mean, maybe, and I feel the way a lot of the comments in the comment section are. He's late to the game on this. This
Yeah.
should
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had much better luck with this. 4 or 5 years ago.
See,
Definitely.
so I don't know what Random Rob charges now,
I have
but
no idea.
like when he first started a couple years ago, like he was one of the first ones that I know of that to do the Discord, and then made it paid. And for me, like I think it was like $60 or like 120, like
It was a
whatever.
120 or 150 a year. I think it was
Yeah,
150 a year,
I think I
maybe.
think I think I think the first year was like 60, and then like then he bumped it up,
Yeah,
and even at 120, like that to me at the time was a good deal because I was buying a lot of these affordable time, and like you got good prices.
crazy
I
deals
don't
on
know.
there. Yeah,
I don't know what it is now. I mean, like, I don't know how much it is now. I don't know if it's the
and
same
I've
kind
heard
of
he has
benefit.
other things going too, like a buyers club and a random Rob. He's got some other
Yeah,
things going now that I've heard through the grapevine. So who knows? But I think he charges all for that stuff too. I don't know, but
yeah.
yeah. Um, Federico, I think, has a good reputation. So where if other people like this screams like scammy, like something like Timepiece, didn't Timepiece Gentleman do something like this or something like this? This seems
Y-
like something like a scammy guy like him would do. We know Federico's pretty legit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that would give if I were open to something like this, I mean, I would trust him enough to
Yeah,
like
I'm not
do it
hating
through
it.
him. Yeah.
I'm not hating it. I'm just like I just don't think it's worth it for me. You know,
No.
I think
It-
I think I'm in a point of like, and I'm not like a knowledge. I'm like I don't know, in the grand scheme of things. There's a lot of other people who know way more about watches than I do, but I'm not at that point in my um hobby that I need to be in a group like that.
And you
You know?
also are in groups with people who know a heck of a lot who you can just
Yeah,
ask.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
charging you, right? You're
yeah.
you you're in groups with some real seasoned watch experts.
Right,
So
right.
for sure. So yeah, yeah, maybe when I got into the hobby, and maybe this is more for like casual people also who don't know a ton about watches. They just want to buy some nice
Yeah,
watches. They're not interested in maybe
yeah,
knowing a lot. So this is a great resource for them. The knowledge vault and maybe having access to Fed and watchmakers. A lot of people have the questions like, should I leave my watch on a winder or not? Like,
mm,
you might get some good stuff like that in there. So yeah, it's not for me either, but it has value. Yeah, I hope it's not like a desperation move, like I think somebody said in there in the
yeah.
chat. Is Fed like is Delray hurting, and this is like a
Who
one
knows,
last
man?
ditch effort to
Who knows?
yeah.
Hey, JCB, good to see you. Mezzine says, I remember when he and TGV and Christian, yeah, I remember those two
Oh
from
yeah,
Theo and
I remember
Harris
that.
getting together for videos back in the day. TGV just never looks comfortable in that setting, man. He wasn't too happy. I saw Bed's video, great idea, but a private online site, but the pricing is way too high. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like if you tone down the pricing a little bit, he might get. Raphael is I'm wearing a Seiko 5 vintage. I'm very happy. Good, good. JC, Joey saying, hopefully this works out better than Fed's
Eight
OnlyFans
hundred
page.
and forty
Hey,
dollars
yo,
a year. $840 a year
yeah,
if you
that's
want that
crazy.
VIP membership. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Damn.
Um, oh, Mizzle Besh is Nizzle. Okay. All right. I'm going to guess that Federico's business is dying, so he had no choice but to pull some sort of contrived grift out of his backside. Yeah, I mean, that might be a little bit rough,
The
but
comment section is not nice in this video either, and he does respond to some of it. A lot of people basically saying that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
yeah.
He wants it to be closed, small, rich group that will buy a lot of watches. Hey, who isn't on some sort of grift these days? That's a good point. Let him have a go. No pressure to join. I won't be, but good luck to him. Hey, Bobby, what's up, Bobby? Federico may have gotten some traction 4 years ago when the market was strong, and the hype was the highest. Now it's down market, and buyers are just throwing money.
Yeah, it seems like, man, he should have thought of this way sooner.
Federico's business partner, name escaping me, John
John
P.
P. Yeah.
Got out of the business at the right time. And Joe, oh boy, Bobby Leg's gonna have to get his Oris fixed somewhere other than the FTW collection. I guess when I saw the FTW collection, and somebody else wrote this in the comments too. Like but I thought this before. It feels like that's. I thought it was like, what is this for the Win Collective?
Yeah.
But it's Federico, obviously. Talks watches. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I know the business is hurting. I mean, I don't know if it's his business hurting, but I know overall, I think it is. So he has talked about and before, how the tariffs could affect him. I don't know how much that has changed or not for him. But it seems like, you know, uh, when the market's like any kind of when the economy is like this, you have to figure out the different sources of streams of income,
Yeah.
and so maybe that's what
Yep.
he's just trying to do.
You can't fault a businessman for trying stuff for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, Mark with Islander, I may not like the watches, but when Seiko pulled two of his best selling watches, he said, "You know what? I'll make my own version of it." I may not agree
Mm,
with it as a watch enthusiast, but as a business move, it's freaking genius.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to, yeah, you have to pivot.
Yeah, I think John P. What he was doing, I think he started like, didn't he start like some other like watch buying site or something like that? It
Yeah, he
was like,
started something else, and occasionally I see his videos pop up. So yeah, I think he's still doing it.
yeah, yeah. There was some like gimmick about the site, like not in a bad way. It was just like something like it wasn't. I could be wrong, but it wasn't like your typical go buy a watch. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know. I thought there was something that he was trying to do differently there, but I could be, not remembering
I
that
remember like
correctly.
a deal, like your first listing was free or something like that.
Something there
Yeah,
was something
yeah,
like that, yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, he like it wasn't necessarily like he was selling the watches, but he had a platform where you can sell the watches. I don't know, something like that.
yeah.
Um,
It's on the tip of my tongue. Now I have to Google it.
hey man, has it been crazy by you with the Patriots in the Super Bowl or what?
Um, yeah, the New England fans are back, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were silent for 5 years, but silent no more. They are
what a turnaround.
back being cocky. Yeah, this is a way more likable bunch than the last Patriots Super Bowl team. Like came out of nowhere,
Yeah,
weren't expected to do anything. So it's kind of like the first Tom Brady Patriots. Now, if they go and win 6 more, they'll be hated. Just like Mahomes and the Chiefs were, you know, what 7, 8 years ago were loved now too, and now America can't stand them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you stay around long enough, you become hated.
Whoa, thanks, Thomas. Loving the watch soup format recently, fellas. Here's just a tip for the grift so that you can both get a drink. Cheers,
Oh,
Bobby and Clayton.
thank you. Thanks,
And
Tom.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. I got to figure out a way to get this over to Clayton. That game hurt, says Nilo. Oh, he's a Denver fan. Um,
Yeah, that was just a what did you think about watching a snow game like that? Because we were
yeah,
simultaneously getting the Snowmageddon storm. I know
yeah,
that was out in Denver, but it
yeah.
would have been interesting if that game was here because it would have been even worse.
Yeah, no, I mean that's like how football's supposed meant to be played. So go back to the Patriots. Like you're right. It is more. I mean, I'm rooting for the Seahawks.
Me too.
Uh, but the Patriot team is a more likable team, and that quarterback is definitely, what a great year he had. For a guy that young, and so it's just gonna be interesting, man. Like I'm definitely interested in the halftime show.
It's a refreshing Super Bowl because even though it is the Patriots, like we said, they weren't expected to. They 4-13 the last two
Right,
years,
right,
so it
yeah,
is. And Sam Darnold, so I think
yeah,
there's probably more pressure on Sam Darnold because this is like make or break for him.
yeah,
The seeing ghosts. He did that was against the Patriots, right?
yeah,
So man, he can if he wins the Super Bowl and plays really well, like wins Super Bowl MVP, he's set.
yeah.
Like
There's nobody
erase all the demons.
when you speak of when you mention those guys, like it just came to mind. Like there's really no like big like superstars on these two teams, right?
Not really.
Not that I can think of, right? So like
Jackson Smith and Jigba's like emerging, I think.
yeah,
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 but really not a huge. Stephon Diggs is a little past his prime.
yeah. Although the
Um,
quarterback for New England can be
yeah,
a superstar,
and
but
Darnold will be if he plays well and wins this game.
yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. Again, I'm rooting for
Cooper
the
Cup's a
Seahawks on
pretty
this.
big star, but
Yeah,
again, like a little past. Yeah, I my level of interest isn't I don't know. I think it's cool, but I'm not like I think in
yeah,
years past I was watching every bit of NFL Super Bowl week stuff I could get my hands on, and now I haven't watched anything.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. No, I'll definitely watch it. We'll make some snacks, and the kids will watch, and looking
it's gonna
forward
be
to.
freaking cold here again this weekend. So we're getting like minus. This Sunday is gonna be just brutal. So I'll just be inside and
Yeah,
watch that.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, the weather has been like really, really cool. I mean,
Oh,
I'm loving it.
working in this has been
Oh, for
sucky.
you, that's right. I mean, like you're
Well,
out.
our city cannot plow or has nowhere to put the snow, and the roads are just terrible. So
Oh man,
driving around, every
yeah,
single street is a one way, and I always seem to be going the wrong way.
yeah.
And
And
then
the
they,
cars
yeah,
aren't moving. Cars are moving from the spots, probably, right? They're like,
right, yeah, it's just a disaster.
yeah,
The mayor is coming under fire for the horrible. I've never seen it this bad. The snow removal has just been terrible. They basically contract out to like landscaping companies. It's just pickup trucks with plows on them doing all the major streets in Providence. What it's a joke.
yeah.
So yeah,
All right, buddy. Hey, we did it, and we did it
yeah.
again. We got through another one.
We've been a little
And
inconsistent, but thank you for bearing with us.
yeah, yeah. And I think we're definitely set for next Thursday as well. Anyway, guys, have a great evening. Have a great weekend. You too, Clayton. Have a great
Yeah, you
weekend,
too,
man.
man.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take care,
Take care.
guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.